to own it. Just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here. Oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you.
Thank you for coming on my show today.
Thank you for having me.
This is cool. You do a lot of different things. You remind me of like myself, but but you did a great transformation. I'm really proud of this. So tell our viewers who you are and what you do.
Well, thank you. Well, my name is Llewellyn Christian. I go by Llewellyn the Fit Foodie, and I am your over 40 fitness guru. Basically, trying to help everyone that's over 40 or at a place in their life where they could be better and more inspired. That's what my story is all about. Helping people get the most out of their life by taking an active health lifestyle. So
what happened with you? What happened to get where you were overweight in the first place? I'm sure a lot of people can relate.
Yeah, well, to be honest, what happened with me was life, right? I had kids at 19, my first child at 19, and my second a few years later. And with that, I really gave my life to work and family, and woke up one day and was way overweight, and things weren't feeling right in my body. And my kids were getting out of the house, and my fiance and I broke up. So I kind of got to this place where I was just sitting around eating gummy bears. That was like my favorite pastime, Haribo gummy bears, and watching football. And by halftime one day, I ate the whole bag and I wanted to get more. Leaned over to put my shoes on, I almost had a heart attack. So from that point, like no joke, like laying there just sweating and saying, universe, help me out. So I decided to change my life. I still went up and got the gummy bears though. So that didn't change. When I got back, I got over myself and I said, I gotta start doing something. So I started doing the basics. Walking, eating better, believing in myself was the most important thing. And from that, it transformed my life.
Wow. So were you active as a child?
I was, but I was a bad child. So I was like good, active, and then that turned into football. I was a pretty good football player for a while, and then I got hurt working a summer job.
That does it every time too, the injuries. That's what really cuts people out of like, well, that hurts, and they never go back to it. So that was like also part of the problem.
Oh yeah, that shut my whole life down. I mean, you go from an all-American, all-star athlete, life is your oyster, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, in the blink of an eye, you have a bad back, a messed up knee, and no coaches are calling you for scholarships. That was kind of my life. So then all of a sudden I had a baby on the way, and I'm sitting here like, what am I gonna do? And I decided to, get into the workforce. So I started doing technology, went to school, put myself through college, and through all that, raising 2 children in California and America as hard as it can be. So just trying to be a better version of myself now that I look back and say, wow, I can make it out of that. But I couldn't get like the 100+ pounds off my belly. And that was plaguing me for so many years of my life. And that was the biggest problem. And I mean, from paying trainers, from trying these different weight loss programs, anything I could think of. And one day, just sitting down and believing in myself, I came up with a path to getting myself into a different version of myself. And today, this is what I'm trying to show everybody. You can do it, and to be older. Like, I'm 47 years old, and I'm in the best shape of my life, and the world is my oyster, and the future is so bright, and I don't have those old things that held me down, like kids and full-time responsibilities in life. So now I can push forward with my healthy lifestyle and really show others it's possible, especially after you get to be an older adult.
No, that is great. That's so inspiring. And so I love that. Where can we buy this? Because this is the perfect book. It's not like a full book. Anybody can read this.
That was the point, right? Because most of my friends are like, dude, I want to work out, but this big old book, I don't want to read that. Nobody. So what it is you can get the book. It's called LLTFF, Living Life to the Fullest, the Living Gym, because basically the premise is life is your gym. Don't get locked into going to gym locations. Get up, get out. In fact, you can do some gym work right now just by getting up, going to the fridge, coming back, doing that 5 times, getting out of your seat and sitting down. Boom, that's a workout.
You can make a weight out of anything in your house.
Anything. Right? And body weight is the most impressive way to get yourself started. So you can get my book on Amazon. Also, I have a podcast on the Believe Podcast Network, and developing a show to help everybody get the most out of their lifestyle and learn how to eat while you're on the go. You don't necessarily have to always think, okay, I got to worry about macros and micros and all this kind of stuff. No, I'm gonna show you how to eat McDonald's and actually eat a healthier version of the food by making some changes and being active, and you're still gonna lose weight.
That is so important. I love that you say that, because like as a trainer, I tell people all the time, it's like, you're gonna go and eat like with your family. Who's gonna go and you know what I mean? You're not gonna take lettuce to like the restaurant.
Right.
It's like people need to be realistic about this. But you can't really change your life if you're having no fun and everyone's having a party and you're just in the back. Like, so I love that you're doing that. You're like, this is how you can be in the party, because that's the only way you're gonna keep it going.
Absolutely.
And if you're eating celery at every time there's a function, you're not gonna make it realistic.
Well, can you imagine going to a Super Bowl party with chicken wings and all the delicious food everywhere, and you're sitting here with a little small salad. But if you plan that Super Bowl party is going to be where you go crazy, 2 weeks ago, if you started eating healthy, swapping out meals,
Exactly.
doing a little small exercises, by the time you get down to Super Bowl, you can eat the whole dang plate of chicken wings, not feel guilty, and then go tomorrow, start working out, and get yourself back on path.
I love it. That's exactly what I preach. It's like you're living it, and you're just
Living
like,
life
this
to
is
the
how I
fullest,
did
yeah.
it.
Living
Because,
gym,
and that's how
right?
you could do it too. Because when you
Right.
get on those crazy diets, you're never going to maintain it, and then you're just going to gain it all back.
It's the worst. Plus, let's be honest. When we were like created, what do we eat? We eat berries, we ate nuts, we ate fruit, we ate leafy things, and maybe some meats, right, when we learned fire. Well, now we're going to fast food places that are simulating that experience, but the food is dead. How long has the chicken been sitting in the freezer before they fried it for you? How long were the McNuggets sitting in that truck before they actually got to you to order it? Probably months, if not weeks. But if you can get something from a local store, a nice salad with some fresh turkey, drink some water, you're gonna see your body transform just by doing that. And then you can still eat a hamburger every once in a while, right? So it's about balance. I still like fries. I still eat gummy bears every once in a while. I even eat, candy.
How was water for you? Because that's a big thing I noticed too, is that people aren't drinking enough water. Was that a big thing when you were bigger?
Oh my God, water was the enemy when I was bigger. I hated water. In fact, I don't know why now. I look back and go, how did I survive this long without drinking water? It's the truth, right? Because everything you put in your mouth is either sugar-based, water sugar-based, cola
Right.
sugar-based, some version of created polyurethane, whatever kind of base. And then you look at that jug of water, you're like, ugh, this tastes like crap. Well, you have to change your taste bud sensors
I
to
always hear
realize
people say that. I'm like, water doesn't have a taste. How could water taste bad?
Right,
But
because we're over-programmed to over-love everything. So we got to get back to the basics,
and
right?
if something's boring, it's like you have to train yourself to love boring.
Yeah. Plus, like with eating, for me in my diet, a lot of people are like, okay, Lee, I want to eat this, I want to try this, I want to do that. And I'm like, okay, let's make it simple. What vegetable do you like? I like broccoli. Great. Eat broccoli every day. Well, that gets boring. How about you get yourself trained to eating something you like that's locale, and then we start to swap that with something different. Now you don't get caught up in this variety syndrome where every day, I got to overthink. No, get 2 pounds of broccoli, cut it up, steam it, eat it for 3 days. Yeah, I'm bored, but guess what? If I eat it another 2 days, I've had a very flat calorie count that I can consistently rely on. And then I can add some activity, and then I'll build myself to a calorie deficit. Now, if I'm eating chicken and asparagus and everything's got sauce on it, oh, I'm doing macros and micros, and I think I'm doing my numbers, but you're not even getting the activity. How about you get off the couch and eat something stable, and then you know how your body feels, and then you can actually start to cheat yourself a little bit and work harder that next day, or decide that you're going to go really hard and lose a lot of weight, and then start to gradually add more protein back in your body so you can try to bulk up. So there's different ways you can do it, but it starts with being consistent, and that's the easiest thing. Just do something you like to do all the time. Drink water. If you don't like water, throw in a little bit like, they have these little flavored things you can do now. Those are fine. Even if you want to drink a little soda, I tell people it's the art of getting rid of what you don't want to do all the time. So if you like Coke, buy a Coke, get a small glass, drink half of it, pour the rest out. That's a waste. Well, would you rather waste it in your body, or would you rather waste it down the sink?
That is
or
very
give it to
true.
somebody else? So how about you eat the small things in moderation and get rid of it, and then you'll slowly not do it and replace that with really, really, really good, high quality meals, and your body's gonna transform. I mean, you're gonna go from, like my friend, I had him swap out 1 salad a day for 30 days. He lost 60 pounds.
Wow.
Just that quick.
That is so crazy.
Amazing, right? And now he's like, dude, I'm eating Chinese food again. I'm still working out and I'm still looking good. I'm like, it can be better. And he's 52 years old.
Wow, that is such a great story. So, okay, what do you do now? So you give people like fitness advice, and you have the podcast. You train, like, what are some of the other things that you do?
Oh, so one of the great things about this is this has led me to a place of doing things I've never imagined before, right? So now I'm working in Hollywood. I'm doing some background work. I'm working on principal roles. I'm like there with the big,
Oh, that is so cool.
with like
Okay.
big actors, and I'm like, wow, look at all this stuff, and it's really amazing because it all stems from me believing in myself, getting healthier, and then taking the next step in your life, like most of us don't do, right? Everybody has a dream. Everybody has something they want to accomplish. But what's the biggest problem? Oh, it looks too big. It's too hard. Well, if you get yourself in shape, you find a path for yourself, you're going to feel good. And then the big things seem small. So you write down your goals. And then you every day make a little bit of effort towards it. And once you get to that place, look, all of a sudden 2 weeks have gone by and you've made a huge impact in your life. And it really resonates from just eating right, being healthy, loving yourself, and then slowly working on what you want to do and believing in yourself. That's the main thing. Like, people don't wake up and tell themselves, I love you every day. Every day I wake up and look in the mirror and tell myself I love myself. Not in a conceited, cocky way.
I get it.
Just to
Yeah.
say, hey, I love me and I'm worthy of the effort I put in today. And then from there, I can face all the problems in the world with that attitude that, you know what, I made a mistake, but I can be better. Believe in myself and keep pushing forward rather than everything is a problem and, oh, I don't have a solution. You do. It's called take a step back, take a breath, be calm, and then do those things that got you to where you are today, which is believing in yourself, eating right, being healthy, writing it down, and then going back to the old things, right? Doing things consistently, believing in yourself every day, listening to those old adages about saving a little bit today so that you can be better tomorrow. All those little things really help to pay benefit to yourself.
So how's the acting going? How'd you fall into this? Because you live here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, here in Fresno.
Okay.
But so what I tell people, Fresno is like the best launching pad to Hollywood. You can live here and have a life and still drive down there, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I've just like networking
And virtual
with people.
too now. Now you could do online.
Yeah. Nothing is like an in-person like audition anymore.
Right,
Everything's
right.
Zoom, which I tell everybody, get used to looking at the camera and smiling because that's what you have to do to become comfortable with that eye on you, right? But that has led to all these opportunities, speaking with you, getting my word out, and really helping to inspire people and just giving more to the community about how you can be healthy and how that can change your life, especially at this age, right? I mean, at 47, most people think you're on the downside. I think I'm like
Right.
rocket shipping up and feeling better every day about all my opportunities. And this is just all from health and being one with myself and deciding that I'm worthy of the effort I want to put ahead of myself and stop giving all of my energy to everything else. You know, everything else in life is going to tell you no. But if you believe in yourself, you can be the yes for yourself, and that'll inspire everybody else to believe in you as well.
That is very true. So acting, you gotta tell us a little bit about what you've been doing with that.
So I've been on a few sets. I was on an NCIS show.
I love that you're so modest about it. I don't have to drag it out of you.
I mean, you know, it was fun, right? It's a great experience. I've met a few celebrities. I actually am going to be on a game show coming up, which I can't really talk about because it's not out there yet, but
I
it'll be out
love
soon.
those. I always hear. I've never gotten to do one at like a game show, but I always hear it's like really fun. And
Oh, it's hilarious. Oh, it's great. The host is just a crack up. The set is just really chill. You can kind of be yourself versus when you're on like shows with real actors, right? Like on NCIS, it's very structured, right?
And
so
it's
you know,
assigned Indian names
yeah,
all the time
LL's
with
going to be over
everything.
here and this person's over there, that kind of thing. But it's still fun. You get to see the experience and learn, and that's been the greatest part for me because I'm learning what the professionals do and how they produce high quality content, which I can turn around and use that for my fitness channel and give a much better, more engrossed and engaging experience for my clients, so they can actually see this is something I do at home. I don't need somebody to actually bark at me all day. Although if you need me to bark at you, I do that too. Whatever it takes to kind of get you over the hump. But ultimately, I try to give you more encouragement through self-love and experiences, looking at your past to create a reason why to get past those past problems so that you can move forward and don't think about that. Because we all have a past, but how do you let it go? And using that energy of letting it go is going to exactly what when you want to do that third rep and you hate it. Oh, I hated my childhood friends. Well, look how much they're going to be jealous of you now when you're working out and you're living better and you're actually saving money by not having diabetes, by not going to the doctor, by not choosing pills over eating broccoli or water or cauliflower. Like it's the simplest thing to do. And that's one of the biggest things, especially in this economy. If you work on your health, you're going to be much richer. Like, there are studies out here that'll tell you you're spending $10,000-15,000 a year on your health care. Well, how much do you save if you don't need to go to the doctor for diabetes,
Right.
for a bad knee?
Oh, exactly.
I mean, it's crazy. And then you say, well, I could just have surgery. How about working yourself to a place where you never need surgery? That's a different lifestyle, and that's really what it's about, especially at 40. You're looking for the next 50 years to be great, not how do I get back at the last years I didn't have, right? So let's make tomorrow better, which leads to the next week, next month, and a whole lifestyle of change.
Oh, I absolutely love that. And I love how it's like you're talking about loving yourself, but not, because nowadays people are going a little bit too far with that, where they're like, oh, I love myself the way I am at 500 pounds. And I'm like, I don't.
Right?
You want to get, well, no, you should love yourself, but let's, start, still doing that.
Yes.
Curves are okay, but let's not be 500 pounds. You know
Well,
what I mean?
yeah.
So it's like, I like how you're in a healthy one. You're like, no, if you do love yourself, you will.
What's
not
the
be.
difference between loving yourself and accepting who you are today? Like, loving yourself doesn't mean I hate who I am today. It says I love who I am and I can be better. Now, accept that you have a responsibility to get yourself to a place where you can offer something to people who are around you. And what can you offer? Everybody thinks it's material. No. Everybody thinks it's like I got to be some version. No, it's be healthy. Being healthy means I can be a better partner for you. Not because I'm going to look so
Right.
good and all that. It's because we can encourage each other.
And you're going to do a better job at any job that you have.
Everything. Then I'm going to earn more money. Then I'm going to bring peace into the house. And then when we have arguments or disagreements, we can say, you know what, honey, that sucks. Let's go jog. Or, you know what I mean? Or let's do some push-ups. And then later on, when you talk about it, it's like, hey, it wasn't that big a deal versus, well, I'm so unsatisfied with things in my life and this is really a big problem. No, it all stems from that personal connection with your mind, your body and soul, who you want to be, getting yourself in shape. And then from there, you can give more love and more energy and direction. And people want to gravitate toward that. Thus, you have much stronger relationships. And then from there, you won't be worried about what you don't have. You don't have the best car in the world. You don't have the best, I don't know, Gucci shoes or whatever you're trying to buy. But guess what? That's not going to benefit your health anyway. So let's get healthy. Then you can live your life in a way where you say, I can plan to get those shoes in 6 months. You know why? Because I'm going to work towards it and I'm going to stay consistent and I'm going to give myself that reward, that treat for treating myself better. And that's really what it's all about. And then you swap out those material things for experiences, right? And that's what the active health lifestyle is all about. Stop wanting to go to the mall every Saturday. How about let's go to a mountain we've never seen and take a picture up there, right? And get our shoes muddy and dirty because we walked in the mud today, or go play in the rain, or anything that you can do that's not sitting in the house watching something on TV. Unless you're gonna watch our show to help yourself get inspired to then get outside so that you can be better, right?
But you can also watch our shows while you're working out as well. So
That's right.
Multitasking.
Yeah, the power of your phone, right? And that's the good thing, right? There are no more excuses. It's like people back in the day, like when I was younger, it was like they had these fitness dudes on TV. You had to watch the boob tube. Now you watch your phone. Like your phone is connected to you. Like we're all AI now. So there's no excuse to not take 5 minutes out of your life and do a few sit-ups or squats or just walk around your house 15 times. I mean, whatever it takes. Most people live in a place that have steps. Walk up and down your steps as slow as possible for a week. I guarantee you next week you won't be breathing as hard. Simple stuff like that.
Right. No, that's great advice. And so right now you have your podcast and then you're going to have a show here.
Yes, I am.
What can you tell our viewers about all that?
Yes, so please join me, Llewellyn the Fit Foodie, at the Active Health Lifestyle. We're going to be here on CMAC and we're going to have a great active show where we're going to get you involved. Come on out, join me for fitness exercises. We're going to eat at local places. We're going to have great hosts and great surprises. So I really look forward to you joining me every week here on the show.
What do you know when it's going to be on? What daytime?
No, we're working that out now. So I have a meeting with the big man downstairs. So we'll kind of get that set up. So hopefully in the next 3 weeks we'll have a schedule.
And then we can follow you at everything, so we know what's going on. Tell us what your social media is so we can follow you.
Absolutely. So always follow me on Llewellyn the Fit Foodie, which I'm on YouTube and Instagram and on TikTok. And you can also search Google on LLTFF or LLTFF Productions. You'll find all my links there. And lastly, go to the website. That's www.llewellynthefitfoodie.com, or just search LLTFF and you'll find me there. You'll get all the workouts. They're all for free. You can do them at home anywhere, and join me for our live broadcast because we're going to do it together.
And you'll tell us every time something's going on, even like when you're doing like a movie or TV show, you'll let us know so we can watch it.
Absolutely. You know, we're actually working on something now with the team, and we're going to have a new series coming out. It's going to be an action crime kind of drama. It's going to be based here in Fresno, so it should be very exciting. You know, hey, I'm trying to bring Hollywood to the Central Valley. So, you know, we're going to really create a great impact here and really involve the community, teach everybody that health and wellness go together. And when you bring health and wellness, nothing but opportunity comes from that. And eventually that is financial gain or some monetary value. But let's not focus on that. Life isn't about that, right? Life is about the experiences and the joy you bring and hopefully paying the bills. So that's where we're trying to bring all those life wonderful experiences together and put it on film, and that way we teach you how to be a better version of yourself.
And we all got to buy these.
Yes,
everybody.
Please buy my book. Please support me locally. We're going to sit here and get everybody inspired to how to be a best version of themselves. And the book is really lightweight, so anybody can read it roughly about, you know, maybe an hour if you read it and use the activities. So it's an interactive book as well. And it teaches you everything.
Are QR codes are for? Did we get to work out with it?
Yeah, so one QR code takes you to the website where you have all of the activities there and the workouts.
Okay.
And the second QR code takes you to the book.
I love that. You thought of everything, didn't you?
Hey, we're trying hard. You know, you got to make yourself available to the people. So that's what we want to do. It's all about just giving back as much as we can to give you that reason to be the best version of yourself. I mean, ultimately, life is short, right? I mean, think about it. How much of your life is gone if you hit 40? I hate to say it, half your life. So let's make the next half amazing. healthy, wealthy, wise, and let's see the world together, because that's what it's about. Not sitting at your home looking through a computer screen trying to experience some GPS version. How about touch the grass, smell the water, jump in the pool, eat some great healthy food, and live your life better? Because at the end of the day, that's what you want to give to everybody.
And I love how at the back we see the before. I do not think the before is that bad, but apparently it was like, how much of a weight loss?
170 pounds now.
Wow.
Yeah, in 2 years. Actually, 17 months. So at that time, I was 150 pounds down. So yeah, I'm just working out. I've been bulking up and down for different roles. You know, I've been trying to get them. So sometimes I want you to be bigger or smaller. So I'm trying to do my thing. But yeah, that was me. And I loved myself almost as much as I did back then. But now I love myself more only because I'm healthy and it's fun to eat healthy. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Like baked chicken with asparagus and broccoli and lemon pepper is like a dream come true with fresh lemon.
Ooh,
so
that
simple.
sounds so yummy.
Yeah. So tune into the show. I'll show you how to cook that and other great foods.
You're going to show us how to cook them too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun. I can't wait.
I mean, who wants to be at home and see great food and not know how to cook it? So I'm gonna show you how to cook it so you can do it at home or choose the right food when you go out and work out and keep this lifestyle going. Because for me, that was the biggest problem, right? I mean, the pandemic taught us you gotta get yourself into a program, especially if everything's shut down. Well, the world's opening back up.
You have to just rely on yourself
Are you
at that
kidding
point.
me?
So
And there's so much food now they want you to eat. I'm like, no. So bring that lifestyle with you now so you don't ruin it as you try to experience this world that's opening back up.
I love it. Thank you so much for coming on my show. You're great. We're going to keep up with you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for coming on the show, Andy.
I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, you were on my first episode.
I was your very first guest.
You know, my anxiety and nerves that day, you helped me through that.
It was fun. This seems a lot more big and professional now. You've come up.
4 years
How
later,
long has it been?
4 years.
Really?
It was in February, like almost 4 years exactly.
So I've been on like once a year.
Yeah, pretty much. Your fourth time, 4 years. So you're doing the same stuff but different every time. You always add a layer to like what you're doing.
Yeah, I get bored. I think. Yeah.
I think. Yeah, you add a layer. So you turned pro in 2016.
I did. I turned pro in 2016, and I was already coaching bodybuilding back then. You know, I think I started bodybuilding in 2011. And then I started coaching like 2014 or so, and then I turned pro in 16, yeah, in women's physique. And I love women's physique, but now I do fitness. So I was injured. I got hurt. I don't know why I'm doing fitness, because I get hurt constantly. And I'm old. So I'm going to do this for like another year, and then I'll probably switch out. And
so and it's like a big deal to turn pro, and like because you're explaining too, once you turn pro, you can't even do all the like amateur competitions you were doing.
Yeah, once you turn pro, that's it.
And you can't even, you have no control over that. Like if you win that pro, so how do you turn pro?
So you turn pro by going to an NPC show, and you have to win the open. And then the open division, so open bodybuilding, bikini, figure, whatever it is. Once you do that, you're qualified to go to nationals, and nationals is like 4 times a year. It's like Vegas.
Oh, so you had like 4 chances after that year.
Yeah, you do. It's like Vegas, New Jersey, Florida,
Do you
and
have to win
Pittsburgh.
in that year, or?
Yes.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay,
So
so
once
you-
you qualified, you're only qualified for that year, and then once you go there, then you have to win nationals, and that's at least one person in your class from every state is what you should think there
Gosh,
is.
this is like Miss America.
So it's like everybody, all the first placers, that are from each state go, and then you battle it out to win that. And once you win that, then you get you get your pro card, and then you're IFBB pro.
So that had to be exciting.
It was exciting.
But
I
you're
didn't
not-
even believe it when it happened. I was like, "Are you sure?"
So that was
Are
exciting.
you sure? I kept looking at my number, like, what?
But now you're like, oh, why am I pro? Because you can't do the competitions anymore.
Well, and I still do the competitions. The thing is like my divisions, like women's physique, I think there's one pro show in California for women's physique, which is not cool. And then fitness, there's none. There's no pro shows here. So both my divisions,
You have to travel.
I have to travel. And with pro shows anyways, there's there's some bikini pro shows here and stuff like that, but yeah.
So have you won a pro show?
No, if I won a pro show, I'd be going to Olympia. So once you win a pro show, that takes you to Olympia.
Oh, so that's the top.
That's
almost.
number one right there. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so
That's where every pro, so every amateur, every person wants to be a bodybuilder, and every bodybuilder,
Wants to be-
amateur wants to be, pro, and every pro wants to go to Olympia. I mean, that is the best of the best. Yeah.
And you could do that at any age, you said.
Yeah, you can.
So there are some people that are like 80 that have won the Olympia that.
Well, I
you
mean,
can't at that point.
no, because once you have to be able to compete in open. Open is the only open bodybuilding or open, pro figure is the only way you can get to Olympia. So you have to be age-wise going against everybody else. So
Wow.
yeah, there's no height classes in the pro leagues. There's no weight.
So it's all nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, that, my goodness.
Yeah, and so me being in fitness, these girls.
Because
it's
you
different for
think
me.
they want more of the bikini look for.
For fitness, no. For what I do, they just want. You just have to be really flexible, and now they're having a lot more muscle. So I didn't have to lose. I'm just getting my muscle back, and I'm not losing it this time like I did last time for the division itself.
And so, what made you get into the gymnastics part? Because you've only been doing that for like a couple of years.
Oh yeah. I every time I see it, I don't know if people watch Olympia, but they should. But if they do, they'll see the fitness part where they're doing all the routines. I've always just been like, that is so awesome. Like I want to do that, And I was a gymnast, cheerleader, all that
Yeah.
stuff, dancer, but many. years
Yeah, there's a difference when you're
Like
doing
20
backflips
years
at
ago.
16 and when
Yeah.
you're doing them in your 30s, 40s.
Yeah, and I was not flexible. I had built up tons of muscle.
Oh, yeah, you
I couldn't
lose it.
bend, all that stuff. So I've been.
Gosh, how
Yeah.
long did it take to get in shape for that?
It came back. I'm still not that flexible. Shoot.
Did you get a gymnastics coach?
I did. I got, her name's Ambria. I love her. But she, without her there, like if she's standing there, I'm like, okay, I'll do a back tuck. I'll do a back flip. If she's not there, then I freak myself out at home because, I think about all the bad things that could happen now that I'm older,
And you've been injured, so.
And I get injured all the time,
So what happened with this last one? How did you initially injure your shoulder?
So throughout the years of bodybuilding, obviously I'm in my 40s now, so I just have ruined my rotator cuffs. I've ruined all kinds of things. I've worn my knees out. I've worn everything out from squatting and deadlifting and all that stuff. So I had a torn rotator cuff, but I was getting cortisone shots. But once I had switched to fitness, it was like all of a sudden all these impact movements, like backflips and
you're
back
like-
handstands of stuff I hadn't done in so many years.
Right.
And so just those tears from bodybuilding,
Every day.
just slowly with all the impact of it, that it decided to, probably because I was really dry and lean at the show, it decided to just snap completely, like it completely tore. Yeah. At my show, on stage.
And you kept going.
I did keep going.
You completed everything that you were supposed to do, though.
I did, but I didn't look right. I didn't look good. I looked off balance. I couldn't get in a headstand. I remember doing a back handspring, but I barely remember any of it. I remember looking at the judges and them looking at me and thinking like, like I knew something was wrong. They knew something was wrong.
So
it
it
was
didn't sound like a snap. Not everyone knew right
no,
away
because
something was
for
wrong.
one, I was the first one up. It was in Nashville. It was live, and it was really, really loud. And I was really, really nervous because my flight had got canceled, so I had to like fly through the night. So I had not been
Oh, my
sleeping, so I'd missed all my meals.
Oh, that just sucks.
I ended up having to fly to another state. Then I had to have luckily the people at the Nashville show were so nice that they had one of their camera people that lived in Atlanta. I had to fly to Atlanta. They had to pick me up there and drive me there. I basically didn't sleep for like 2 days. I mean, that was no excuse. I don't know why it snapped. It just snapped.
Wow, well, that's a lot of fatigue, so.
Yeah, and so, but you know, by the time I got off the stage, I couldn't lift my arm anymore. And so that was my last experience on stage. It's been a year and like 2 months or a year and 3 months. So I'm just now building obviously have surgery. And so that was been this whole year, but I've been building it back.
How long did you have to wait before using it after surgery, before doing this and all that stuff?
6 months.
Because you couldn't even.
Oh, no, it was a dead arm. And then I had like 6 months of physical therapy. After 3 months, though, I was feeling pretty good, but you still couldn't lift over your head because it had to like grow into the it had to grow into the bone. So, you know, it was just like, I couldn't risk it. And so I did everything I was supposed to do, you know, I rehabbed it, and now I've been building my muscle back. It feels good. But then when I do stuff, it still hurts. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to come back from it, so we'll see.
Are you going to do
muscle-wise, it's
gymnastics
good.
again in the next shows? Or are you going to stop that?
I am.
You're going to get back full tilt?
I am. I'm going to, just because I'm getting older and I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do this.
Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
like I said, I was going to, after I did that, I was like, I don't ever want to compete in fitness again. You know, it was traumatizing to me. For when I was there by myself, because I'd missed all my flights got canceled. It was like storms. I was there by myself. It was just, I had to like.
That sucks. You have no support.
Oh, I had no idea what was going on. This turned like black and blue, and I had to like get on a flight and like have somebody help me put I remember just on the way home, just like.
You couldn't even lift your luggage or look at you, and you're like, I can't.
Yeah, I was just like a dead arm.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it was traumatizing. So I just feel like if I leave that division, it's like, damn, like you went out like that was your last thing. I just can't.
Right.
So I feel good. I feel like my shoulder is brand new again. And I think I'm going to give it one more shot.
So when's the soonest that you would compete this year?
So I think June. I think I'm going to start my dieting and like routine practice for the gymnastics part. Like in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And
I think
then
I'll
June would be
do
like, okay.
Puerto Rico. I think I'm gonna do Puerto Rico Pro, and then there's the Houston, and then there's like a new one in Alabama.
So you're going to try to go for 3?
I'm gonna try.
Is
yeah.
it close together so you don't have to do the diet? So you
They're
don't
all
have
like
to,
2 weeks apart.
So you don't have to go too crazy.
Yeah.
Will you eat a nice meal afterwards? You usually do,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Even with the 2 weeks in between, you'll always treat yourself right after,
Yeah. Oh, I like
after
to eat.
starving. You're like, after.
I love to eat. But, you know, with fitness, it's not the same. Like, we don't get so dry because we do have to do power push-ups and all that stuff. So it's not as, the dieting is not as, I guess the peak is not as bad to me. You know, with bodybuilding is so different.
You got to keep yourself up for this gymnastics. Back in the day, it was just bodybuilding. You didn't have to do that much.
No, and you know what?
So now you actually have to work.
I used to think like, oh, women's physique is like, it's the most baddest, you know, no. Those fitness girls, I have never, it is a whole new world to me because, you know, I got bored with, I love bodybuilding, but, you know, I needed a challenge.
After a while, you don't have to do much.
Yeah, and I want to do something different. So it is very hard to stay jacked and lean and dry, but also be able to do flipping and hold yourself up. And I just feel like I'm ripping everything. I feel some of these girls are just so light, you know, I'm just like, boom, 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 boom. I'm like so heavy, so.
Wow, that's really impressive.
Yeah, but I'm going to try it one more time. If not, I'll try this season, see what happens, so.
And then right now you're still coaching everybody, and there's a show coming up in April.
Yeah.
So how many people are you coaching for that show?
So unfortunately, I had to kind of cut it down because for one, everybody kind of got a late start, but for two, the show is a month earlier than normal.
Oh.
So normally the girls and guys would be like 15 or 16 weeks out, like come January. But no, everybody was like all of a sudden 12 weeks out. And so everybody's
Because they
like,
had Christmas.
no, because the show's usually into April.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can enjoy Christmas.
Right, and they usually start January 1st.
But they had okay.
But they moved the show, but no, they didn't know. We didn't know that until so many weeks ago. So they had already started prep, but now all of a sudden everybody's 10 weeks out, not 14. A month is a long time to be ready for a show.
Right? Yeah.
So as of now, it's looking like 6 to 8 will be ready versus my normal 20.
Oh my gosh,
and just different start. And then I have some people that want to do bigger, better shows this year. So they're starting prep, but they're not doing a Fresno show. So so I have like hopefully 8, but we'll see. Yeah, normally I have a lot more than that.
Wow. And then there's a show right after, I heard as well, that some of those people are going to go on to, right?
Yeah, I have there's like the Sacramento and stuff like that. I have a lot of people that just aren't, maybe they'll be ready, maybe not. So we'll see. I'm hoping they will be, because it's easier for everybody to do a show in town, especially when they're new, because the travel it's hard to prep your food and bring all your stuff and your makeup and I mean, there's so much you have to do to prepare for a show. It's better to be at home for your first show. So I like to get everybody, all the newbies, but it's hard to get somebody ready that fast when they are new.
And so you've coached a lot of people that have turned pro.
I have.
Like Sadie and
Mercedes, Tanya, my best friend, who I want you to have on this show.
Totally.
Tanya, she's making a comeback. She had got injured too, and so we have yet to do a pro show together. And then I've been injured, so now we're both gonna do one this year, hopefully. But yeah, she'd be a good one to have. She's personal training now and back at it.
So after they become pro, do they come to you still?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had Christy Cisneros. Usually I'll keep them as pros,
So what do you do when you want to, can anybody train you? Who do you go to for advice?
So right now I'm prepping myself because, just because I did hire Ariel Kadar, who's amazing fitness. She was 3rd this year at Olympia, and I loved her. But
so that was something above you because it's Olympia.
Because she's Olympia, yeah. She's way younger than me, though.
I was like, who's above you? Yeah, okay. So
yeah.
There was somebody.
But she was all the way in Florida, and she was giving me like the diet and all that stuff. I was like, that wasn't really what I needed. I really need somebody like for fitness to help me with like.
And you're that person that's.
But it's like the fitness routine, like the skills, and so she's all the way over there. So it was like
only so much you could do
there's
virtually.
Really nobody here that I could have help me. So I kind of just figured.
We don't have any Olympias here, do we?
Aaron Banks, but not fitness.
Right. Oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah, there's nobody in fitness here in California, so it's really hard. But I like it. It's fun.
And then where do we go to find you and DM you if we do want to do a show?
So Instagram, my IFBB Pro, Andy B Fit, and then or my my Facebook. I think it's the same, Andy Borneman, and then or IFBB Pro, Andy B Fit at Yahoo. You can email me.
Do you tell people how daunting it is so that they don't? Because
I do. I do not.
It's expensive, and that
I do not feed them bullshit.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I just think I'm talking to you like normal, because a lot of people get into it and then it's like, whoa,
It's a part-time job.
I tell them it's very time consuming. Like if you have kids, if you're really busy at work, like
you can't really work 12-hour work days.
No, you have to, unless you are just a savage and you'll get it done no matter what. Like I have some girls like that, like Jessica Lopez. Do you know who that is? She's one of my bikini girls, but that girl, she'll go, she's a nurse. But she'll go for 12 hours and she don't care. She'll go do her fast cardio. She'll go run. She don't care. She'll get it done.
Nice.
Yeah, so I love that. But not everybody's like that.
Right.
And when they're new, it really puts a wrench in their whole life. I mean, it really does. They don't know what they're getting into. She's been competing a lot of years, so she already is aware of what's going to happen, It
is like a race. Yeah. It is like a sprint.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. So I do tell them, I actually give them a questionnaire too, and then when I meet with them, I tell them like, it's expensive, it's time consuming. You need to have at least 2 to 3 hours a day, at least, There's so much that goes into it, and it's a selfish sport. So,
At
it's
what
so fun,
point
though.
do we come to you for that? Is it like 6 months in advance?
So-
what's the soonest you'll get somebody ready?
Like 12 weeks if they're
Okay,
new,
so
but
3
you know, for 12 weeks and they're a new athlete, it's hard because there's like with people I've been prepping forever, I already know what their body's going to do in 12 weeks. It's so easy for me to say, okay, let's do this, 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 and this, and like there go. But
so
when
you
they're
have to get
new,
used to them. It's like a dance.
Everybody's body's different, you know, metabolism and all that stuff. So it's like I have to find out what happens with their body, what's going to work for them.
You see pretty quick though. Like so, if after one show at the 12, the next time you kind of have it down,
usually.
then you know.
Oh yeah, usually. Yeah, and a lot of times they're not ready for their first show. You know, they look good, but they're not ready. So it just takes a lot.
Because it's really mental and posing and all
Yeah.
that, so even if their body's good.
Yeah, and then some people are just naturally composed and look amazing, and even if their bodies aren't that good, and there's some people that just
Look
you know,
awkward.
Yeah, they just don't have that like swag or whatever it is.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Well, that's so cool that you do it all. And then bikinis, you guys are still doing that?
Yeah, we are. Andy B's Bikinis. That's also on Instagram. I think it's just Andy B's Bikinis. We do all the bodybuilding competition, bikinis, figure, women's physique, wellness, bikini. And we do posing ones. We do them all. My sister does them. We're here in town, but we also mail them.
Regular too now.
She does. She does like during the summer and stuff like that. She does just regular bikinis that are not all fully rhinestoned and encrusted.
And because you guys make them on it, we could even if we had a little designer idea, you guys could tweak it. You guys could actually make it.
Oh yeah, she makes all the by hand. She
so
stones
cool.
each one. She's amazing. Yeah.
Even though she doesn't do fitness.
She's not into fitness. She's a teacher.
Tall and beautiful, but
she's a teacher. She's a mom, and yeah, she's 6'1".
she looks like Daryl Hannah.
Yeah, she does. She's 6'1", and I'm 5'3", and we have the same mom and dad. I don't know. I don't get it. I wish I was a little bit of tallness, but yeah, she's not really into fitness. But I had asked her, like, you know, I was just tired of my clothing sponsor being all the way in New York.
And she's good at like clothes. You're like, you're gonna have to do this.
She's just really good at any type of like craft.
Right.
You know, like she's really good like artsy and arts and crafts, and me, no. I can't even draw like a stick figure, and it's not good.
Well, that is so cool.
Yeah, so
Okay.
she just learned herself, and it took off from there. But it's been really good, especially for my team because, well, obviously they get a discount, and then now I have my sister that she lives like right across the street from me. And so like, you know, when people come over for posing, then they come over for fittings, and it's just all works and it all flows.
So it's Andy B Fit Bikinis, and we can look at that. It's still, you showed on your Insta, but then
I think I have the link in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then we can go to the store and look.
Yeah, there's all the bikinis are on there, and you
We
can
gotta
order
look,
on
it's
there.
getting summertime. We gotta get in summer shape and
I
get the
know.
summer bikinis on.
I'm still waiting to sponsor you fully for a full prep.
Oh my goodness.
For bikini.
After all that work we just talked about, I don't know.
You look show ready to me already. I mean, literally, I could put you up there and you would do so good.
You are awesome, Andy. Maybe when you go to Olympia, how about that?
If I make it to Olympia,
I will
have to
do a show. Okay, there
Okay.
we go. I said it, so now I have to
Dang.
actually do it. Man,
That's really hard.
That's really hard for me. You're just as freaked out as I am. Oh my goodness.
I'm like, can I just make top 5?
Thank you so much for coming on my show today.
I'm happy to be here.
Eric, I'm so happy to have you on.
Thanks for having me.
How long have we been following each other on social media?
You know, it's weird because it's been a few years, and that's probably not even counting Facebook. Facebook has been even longer than that. So,
Wow, and this is
yeah.
the first time I'm meeting you in the flesh.
Yeah, I know. And, you know, it was perfect timing, though, right?
And we do the same types of things.
Yeah.
I mean, you're actually creating the activewear, so that's really cool.
Yeah, but like I was saying, you know, I'm sure we probably know more people than we even realize.
I
you
bet.
know, similar circles and stuff. So
how long have you been doing this?
So that always has two answers. I actually started with my business license about 7 years ago, but I launched a website, which is actual sales, about 4 years ago.
And you were in the military.
Yes, Navy veteran, 9-year Navy veteran.
Oh, wow. So when did you get out of that?
I joined in 92 and I got out in August 12, 2011. Yep.
Oh, wow. So you were in there for a lot longer than
9 years, yeah.
Oh, 92 to 2011.
Oh, 2001. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
right.
I said that wrong.
I was like, because that was an interesting time to get out during the World Trade Center. You got out during that year?
Yeah, so I got out a month before the official September 11th.
Wow.
I got out August 12th, 2001. You're right. Yeah, I got added a 1 in.
Well, how
there,
did you feel when all that like happened? Were you like, I mean, that.
You know, it was kind of surreal. You know, I always say, you know, I'm proud of. I'm pro-military, but you know, I was fortunate that I was a non-combatant anyway, so it wouldn't have changed if I would have got extended. I was a technician, electronics technician, so you know, unless there was like, you know, we went to war and there was mass casualties, I wouldn't have been doing anything different other than, you know, working on electronics and communication equipment anyway. So.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is crazy. And then so you went from all that to now fitness wear.
Yes.
So what was the drive behind that?
You know, that is just a culmination of, you know, not to use too many cliches, but just life's experience. It all started back as early as I can remember, you know, not to date myself, but in the early 80s when I was a kid. I remember watching the Cannonball Run. And, you know, that movie had like, I think it was like a black Lamborghini in it, which is like an exotic car. And I'm not a materialistic person, but, you know, like an 8-year-old kid seeing like this really sleek car and then coming to the realization that you could never have it. Oddly enough, that's what I got out of that movie. I was like, you telling me that I can't have that car? I was like, what do you mean I can't have that car? So it kind of put that drive in me to kind of always not settle for less and kind of, you know, aim high. And there was a seed that, you know, that's kind of been sprouting as I, you know, going through different journeys from either, you know, military to, I still work full time right now. So, you know, those
What's
are,
the full time?
So I work for Clovis Unified School District, again, doing electronics and energy management for the school district. So, you know, I'm double dipping, you know, full time.
This is creative. Like
Yes.
that's really, you use two different parts of your brain for
Oh
that.
yeah. Full-time employee and full-time entrepreneur. You know,
Wow.
trying to build my business, and you know, it's very, very challenging. You know, that's why I kind of keep that focus of, you know, how, you know, what my vision of what I want my life to be about.
That's a very strong work ethic to have.
Thanks.
And so what made you think fitness wear out of like everything though? I want to know what branched into your head when you're like, that's what I want to create.
You know, I guess I have a lot of things rooted in my childhood because, you know, just like that drive to kind of have more, you know, I remember when I first started watching basketball and, you know, Michael Jordan was with the Bulls and they hadn't done anything yet. You know, so I felt like I was a part of that journey. So long story short, it's just, you know, to be like Mike, I developed a passion for basketball. And through that passion of basketball, that passion for basketball, and as I got older, that became a balance between basketball and fitness, you know, which is my background, you know, just loving, you know, to play the sport, but to perform at the highest level, I wanted to be fit. And, you know, and I just kind of decided to become an entrepreneur, I needed to take the seeds of what I was passionate about and see how I can mesh that with my creativity. And that's how it came up with activewear.
Wow. And then how did you work out? Because activewear is very hard compared to other like clothing because you have to make sure you get sweat in it.
Yeah.
You could do all kinds of weird stuff in it. It's durable. Where did you start with that?
So that goes back to when I hesitated when you asked how did I start, when did I start? Because like I said, I started 7 years ago, but it took me about 2.5, 3 years to figure out and then get the resources for manufacturing. Because I don't go like to just a local T-shirt shop.
You
actually manufacture overseas,
Okay.
literally just like Nike, just like Lululemon.
And I could tell by the quality of that.
Thanks. So, you know, it's just, you know, just a passion project and a labor of love, you know, but that by no means is my first attempt at leggings. You know, so it's just trial and error and also bouncing that off of feedback.
You have to listen to girls and then they
Exactly.
say that they make their butt look big and then they'll blame you if they look big even though it's them and it's not the clothes so much.
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head because I got half to say they want pockets, half to say they don't want pockets, you know, and I got to try to please everybody. So, you know, which is why I have versions of both. I have leggings with pockets,
I
leggings
like
without
the
pockets.
I'm
Which I have
packing
those.
A lot. This is cool. So this is the brand.
Yes, Ultra Sport, Ultra with the O.
Which I love this because I had a company back in the day called Sparkles Angels. It was very big in LA. And we had a logo with the wing. Like, it just kind of looked like wings. Is that what were you going for? Is it the same?
Exactly.
This is really cool.
So you hit the nail on the head again. Obviously there's a letter U in the middle, which is the first letter of the brand, Ultra Sport. But I just wanted to try to come up with a modern version of, like a athletic brand. So I just took the U and tried to come up with my idea of what, what the wings was. And I literally mean idea because I'm a self-taught graphic design artist also. So I designed my very first logo.
This is such a cool pocket. What is this?
It's a water-resistant pocket. And all of my men's gear, well, not these, but all of my men's gear has water-resistant pockets and a right rear pocket.
This is so cool. I've never seen anything like it.
So that particular shorts you're wearing is literally everything that you're holding is 100% my design, even the drawstring, which is a bungee cord.
I would love, because you don't even understand. I mean, the struggle is real for girls like me because I have a thin waist and my back is like, so it's really hard to find anything that zip, because a lot of zippers are made very cheap.
Yeah.
And it's really hard not to break them, to actually zip up, because I have to do like this, you have to really zip it. This is what I need on all my clothes. Like, if honestly, if I could, like, this is so smart.
That's one of the things, that was an unintended benefit of doing cut and sew. Is the fact that I can do stuff like that and kind of play around. Just like with anybody, as I do more and more, I kind of get more and more creative.
And this is embroidered in, it's all nice quality.
Oh yeah. So I have some even more.
Nothing's ever going to peel off. I love this.
And what I'm starting to do now is, even though it's still activewear, because I want to stand out, I want to kind of draw the line between high fashion and activewear, yet still be affordable. So this is like the first example of that. That's why the drawstring is like, unrealistically long. But I'm trying to do stuff to kind of get people's attention. Say, hey, this is not just your average.
Oh gosh, no, like the shoelace string looking thing that you have. Like,
and
this
even
is really
the metal
classy.
eyelets on there, everything is to the highest quality.
I like this too. I feel like you're trendy but timeless. I feel like you could buy these and have these for like 10 or 15 years and it's not going out of style, because that's a problem now, is some people get a little too trendy. Yeah. And you're like, that's not going to be around like 5 years from now.
And that's all intentional too. That's why I'm real selective with the color palettes I use. Of course, I don't I kind of blur the lines a little bit, again, based on feedback and what I get from my customers. But I try to keep, Are
these the pant version?
That's the hoodie. That's the same hoodie I'm wearing, which is different from my other hoodies.
Why?
Because it's more, I don't know if I can stand up or not, but
stand up.
It's more of an athletic cut. This is not like made for everybody. I'm going to have a made for everybody style hoodie, but this is more of a fitness hoodie, so it's not really big and bulky.
That's exactly what I'd like.
Yeah, but it's not, this is not 100% cotton. This is a poly cotton blend. So
my gosh, yeah, it feels
this
nice.
color black will always be this color black. Even if you wash it 100,
it's not going to fade?
It won't fade, and it won't shrink. And it's moisture wicking.
So why don't more people make stuff like that? Is it really expensive? Is it going to be?
I don't have an answer to, everybody's different, but it does cost a little bit more, and I think it depends on what your market is. I do know that my market is growing, and I do need to have stuff that kind of works for everybody, but for right now, this is just more for, more of a fitness hoodie. And
I'd still rather buy, so even if it is a little bit more, again, that's not going to go out of style. I could wear that all the time. Like you said, it's not going to fade. So it's not, it's worth the extra bucks to have something that's not going to go sell, not going to fade, not going to shrink. Yeah.
And then another thing,
you have to buy another one in 2 years. So.
Another thing I'm doing that not even Nike is doing is, if you touch this logo here and then the same logo here, these are what's called silicone patches.
That's what I'm saying. This is so awesome.
Yep. And that was built out of me trying to solve a problem. I wanted my logos to always look good, even after they've been worn and washed, or if a woman is wearing them, it resists distortion.
Right.
So.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest problem with why things start fading and then the little sticker things start coming off. Yep. I mean, I wear everything. I mean, I'm the best person to like sample because I wear things until they're destroyed when it comes to gym wear.
Get your money out of it.
Oh yeah, but I'm just at the gym. I mean, I live there. Like I'm a trainer, so I have to wear stuff that like resists everything. Because I'll wear, and I go rock climbing. Like I wear everything to like the worst possible. So are these all the same things that I already have out here? Is there anything different?
I believe it's all the same. Like I said, I just kind of grab stuff, and that's a sports bra.
Oh, okay.
I was just randomly grabbing things.
Yeah, I know you have. It's hard. We have a lot of things to even try to figure out what to put in.
Yes.
Okay, let me see. Oh, this is going to be the make it or break it for me.
I'm nervous.
Oh, this is nice.
And that is my original one. I actually do have a newer one. It also has, the newer one has a silicone logo also.
So I love this. Tell me, so the padding doesn't come out, or does up here?
No, it should come out.
But
Yeah.
it's up here.
Yep.
I love that you have it up here. I don't usually see that. Usually it comes up here, and that's how it gets all twisted.
Yeah.
You are so smart. You really thought of everything. You know, that's been real. Every time I put these in the dryer, everything's everywhere.
Well, I can't take complete, you know, I work with factories and I get feedback, you know, from my customers and from my athletes and stuff. So, you know, we all collaborate.
I mean, that's really important because you're all about listening. You're not about the quick buck.
Oh, no, I've been doing this too long to be about the quick buck.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That this is really, that's what I love because and me and Annie were talking about a lot of these people just keep coming on, but we know all like this shit because I said, do you want to do that? Because she does bikinis. I had to bikinis and like show bikinis. She's like, no. She's like, she knows the work that would take to be like successful, have good stuff. And then people always ask me, you know, being trained, why don't you do that? Blah, blah, blah. Put your logo and stuff. I'm like, that's not, you know, again, I wouldn't want to do things half-assed. You have to like really make sure things are good because we know that it takes so much to run a business and have good quality stuff.
Yeah.
Which is why we don't want to do it. So I'm so glad somebody's doing the high quality.
I appreciate that.
That's putting the time into it to do it right.
And the clothing is just a small part of the, I mean, you got to have customer service.
Right.
The thing I still struggle with, you got to have good marketing. There's a lot of things that go into that formula to be successful. You know, there's people that do it for hobbies and people that do it for whatever, you know, different reasons and stuff. But my goal and aspirations, I want to be the equivalent of Nike, which is why I hold myself to that standard. You know.
Well, you might be better than Nike because you, like you said, you even have this going on or whatever.
Yeah, the silicone. Yeah. Well, you know, I appreciate that. That's the goal, is to, you know, kill them with the quality. And then,
that's very important. And make some things kind of affordable. Like I said, I would pay more than an average sweatshirt for something that's not going to shrink or whatever. But yeah, so you have a wide range of stuff. And I really like your shoes. We're going to start making shoes. So that'll be the next thing.
I do have designs and prototypes for shoes. Again, just like Nike, you know, I want to be all comprehensive on the products we offer. I actually want to take that to another level and actually blur the lines between apparel and tech. I want to do things like the Fitbit watch and like the mirror, but have all of that under one umbrella, the Ultra Sport umbrella. You know, so and nobody's doing that yet. You know, like have like a Peloton type branch of Ultra Sport, and you know, like I said, just blur the lines between technology, fitness, and apparel.
I think that's where we're going. So
yeah.
That's really cool. Okay, so where can we go to buy everything?
www, obviously, ultrasport.com. The tricky part is it's Ultra with the O. Obviously, the way you normally pronounce it and spell it is Ultra Sport, ULTRA. But when I first started, that domain name was $40,000, and I was not rolling like that. So I had to get creative. And I'm from the South. I'm from Alabama. I kind of, you know, speak under my breath and mumble anyway. So I just switched that A to an O, and I was like, people not gonna know what I'm saying anyway. So I just, instead of calling it Ultra Sport, I call it Ultra Sport.
I like it.
And I got lucky because I found out later that Ultra translates to exceed or go beyond. You know, so it worked out for me.
I love that. And right now we can get it nationally. So anybody watching anywhere can order it.
Except for this new stuff. Literally, this stuff just came in, I would say, about a week or two ago.
So it's not on the website yet.
It's not on the website yet because, like I said, it takes many different moving parts, and photography is a big part of that. And I have to get content for this new stuff. So I have it on hand, but I can't professionally display it yet.
We can DM you. So someone's kind of interested in want something for like a team, or like they want you to do something crazy. Where can we DM you at?
So I have I have the man behind the brand account. I have the main account, which is Ultra Sport on Instagram at Ultra Sport. And then I have my personal account, which is just Eric Colvin _US for Ultra Sport.
So if you guys really want something or want something, like, yeah, well, then we can DM you. If we're serious
and
about
people do it all the
stuff.
time. I know it's not the ideal way you want to do everything through the website, but you know, I'm easy.
I know. Well, I'm
easy.
I say you have this now, and this is really cool. And then there's a few places here that are selling it locally. So where can we go to actually try this stuff on?
So it's at Valley Fitness Nutrition. They have.
And where's that at?
It's off of First and Herndon.
Okay, probably pass it all the time. Okay.
Yeah. What is that? The southwest corner of First and Herndon. And then I have some products in Flaunt Fitness, downtown Fresno. And What is the other one?
Oh, where's the Lulu that I saw?
That's Flaunt Fitness.
That's okay.
Flaunt Fitness, and I'm drawing a blank on the other one. I had some stuff in Tower Blend. We sold out, and I need to restock there. And there was Valley Fitness Nutrition, and then I had a small rack in Synergy. Walt's a good friend of mine. But the primary point of sales is the website.
Right.
Yep.
But I was saying that the advantage of being local here is you guys can
And we do
try it out.
free local delivery.
Oh, really?
Yes. Why not?
That's cool. Well, hey, you don't even have to go to those places, so that's really cool.
Oh, yeah. And I've been doing that for a couple of years now, the free local delivery part.
So you brought a lot of black and gray, which is great for me, especially all of us women like be slimming. What do you have other colors on hand that you do a lot? I mean, do you have a variety of?
Let's see. For the women's, I intentionally stuck with the color palette across the brand with black, grays, and whites. I'm starting to bring on more colors for the women's leggings. Right now, I have purple, this kind of rose color, this newer gray, and a chocolate set that I just also.
See, I do love this color, and it looks so fun, and people always want. But again, because I'm always out there, I mean, practical. This will get dirty in like 2 seconds. Right? Especially at the gyms I work at, they're not very clean. I'm always on the floor rolling around. So no, but I do like. So it is pretty. I love these for photo shoots. But yeah, I like the. If you're gonna stick with colors, it's good to stick to the blacks and grays because.
Well, I try to get complementary palettes too. If you see this rose kind of complements the gray, and obviously a black sports bra would match either.
Yeah, it matches everything. That's the way to go.
Yeah, but I try to keep it simple. But one of the good things about working with manufacturers, there's not a lot of colors that I can't have access to. It's just a matter of what makes sense for the brand and what's in demand.
And then we can order things if somebody wants something for a team or whatever. We're a lot like boxings and boxing teams that want to do stuff that you can just tell you about, like bulk ordering or I've school colors, all that stuff.
I've done that too. It's not my primary business model, because once schools are used to having financial leverage.
Right.
And they're used to ordering in quantity, whereas my thing is quality. But I have done that for schools in the past. Yeah.
No, this is so great. No, I'm so glad that you came on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to order. I mean, this is just really, really awesome. I can't wait to see what happens next. I can't wait till you bring out the shoe line and everything.
I appreciate that. I'm excited too.
We are going to definitely keep up with you, Eric.
Thanks.
Felt right in the moment, felt right in the summertime. It felt right drinking cherry wine with you. Just wanted to own it, just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here, oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you. Now I must confess here, oh, I must confess, dear, don't think I'm in love with you. Winter is coming and I don't know what to do, and there's no more use in running, no more running to you. And I don't want your loving, I don't wanna be just friends, knowing all this time we were playing pretend.
It's a mystery.